Troponin is a calcium-regulated protein complex involved in muscle contraction. It is part of the troponin-tropomyosin complex seen in skeletal and cardiac muscle that regulates actin and myosin in muscle contraction. When calcium binds to troponin, it undergoes a conformational change, causing the troponin-tropomyosin complex to reveal binding sites on the actin filaments. The myosin heads move to bind with these sites. Energy stored in the myosin heads moves the head, causing the filaments to slide past each other while releasing ADP and phosphate. ATP is then broken down into ADP and phosphate to recock the myosin head, releasing stored energy which will be used to repeat the cycle. The troponin complex is made up of three subproteins, troponin C, I, and T. We will focus on troponin C, which facilitates the binding of calcium ions to allow for muscle contraction. On troponin C, there are two active sites where calcium binds to cause the conformational change of troponin. The residues of the active site are labeled on the protein shown. Glutamate and aspartate play an important role in the binding of calcium ions as the positively charged calcium binds to electronegative oxygen atoms of the carboxyl and hydroxyl groups of these amino acids. Calcium also interacts with oxygens of the carbonyl group of the peptide backbone and of water molecules. Any change in these amino acids could result in a possible mutation since residue location is important in calcium binding. For example, replacing aspartate with a positively charged amino acid such as lysine would cause repulsion, resulting in lower binding affinity of calcium due to similar charges. One other mutation could result from changing any large polar residues of the active sites to small hydrophobic residues like alanine. This could affect tertiary structure of the active site for calcium, inhibiting it from binding. Without troponin, muscle contraction would not be possible. The binding of calcium to troponin C is essential for even actin and myosin to play their parts, allowing your heart to pump your blood and for you to control your muscle movements.